A lot of people sitting here today would not say or think that the New York Giants would be going to the divisional game against the Philadelphia Eagles. But all season long, watching Daniel Jones recreate the amazing seasons from wild card teams like the New York Giants in 2007 and 2011 with Eli Manning, Daniel Jones showed everybody that he could be an elite quarterback in this league. He threw over 3,200 yards and ran over 600 yards this season. He's one of only 3 quarterbacks to do that in Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen, including him. It was an amazing season, and he's the first quarterback in NFL history in a playoff game to have over 300 yards throwing, 75 yards or more running, and 2 touchdowns. And no interceptions. And actually winning the game, too. What does that tell you about Daniel Jones? It says a lot of things. Shows that he has heart. Shows that he's figured things out. And now all the Giant fans will have sighs of relief when it comes to the offseason or looking for future quarterbacks in the draft because they got one. He is their franchise. He is going to make a lot of money in the offseason. And so is Saquon Barkley, who's been absolutely unstoppable all season long. He has been the priority through the offense, running and catching the ball. When you have no star wide receivers and a rookie tight end, which you drafted in the 4th round in Bellinger, who has had a very good season as well, you look at what the Giants have done, and it's just absolutely miraculous. There's nothing you can say when it comes to what Dable has done, and Brian Dable to me is coach of the year. I don't want to hear this guy has a great record and this guy won the division and the conference. I don't care. What I saw Dable do in one season, transitioning and changing a team that honestly has no talent. Dexter Lawrence and probably Kayvon Thibodeau is the best defensive players they have. And then on the offensive side of the ball, they have no wide receivers. Their tight end is a rookie. Their offensive line has one great player and the rest are just garbage in my eyes, and a quarterback and a running back. And by the way, Kenny Golladay, just an absolute disgrace.
He did throw 1 key block. We'll give him credit for that.
Yay. $16 million a year. Thank you.
We'll wait 8 more games for him to make the next impactful play.
They don't have 8 more games.
No, I meant going into next year.
Well, he'll be either riding the bench or riding somebody else's bench.
Oh, yeah, he'll be riding the bench, all right.
I don't know what happened throughout last season, but Dable has really changed this culture with the New York Giants. It's not the fact that Dable is there, but Wink Martindale is there. And what they did, the game plan defensively that they had for the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota on Sunday last week was phenomenal. I never would have thought in my wildest dreams they would have stopped Justin Jefferson like they did. He had receptions, 7 for 47. The defense played unbelievable. Having 8 to 7 DBs play on 3rd downs was absolutely genius. Because even though TJ Hockenson had a good game and Thielen did all right, if you could take out their biggest option, their number 1 option, and take him completely out of the game, you saw that Minnesota could not deal with that. And that had a lot to do with Wink Martindale. So the MVP of the wild card weekend for the Giants was not the defense, was not Dexter Lawrence, who was a beast. It wasn't the offense. Daniel Jones, 300 yards and 76 yards running. Nope. Saquon, nope. It was Wink Martindale. Wink Martindale was my MVP in that Giants game, and that's why the Giants are heading to Philadelphia.
The playoffs is all about trying to break your tendencies and trying to do things in different ways to fool teams and outcoach teams. And Wink Martindale had the perfect case of that, too. A guy that's been very blitz happy this season, 3rd highest blitz rate in the regular season. And this game, because the Vikings, Garrett Bradbury especially not being healthy, they had the game plan of trusting their interior rush to create. And Leonard Williams probably had his best game as a Giant since his 2020 season, the year before he got that big contract. The Giants really didn't have to blitz as much. They were able to flank some defensive backs around to double team Jefferson to take away the slot areas, which was a big issue for them in the first meeting against the Vikings when guys like KJ Osborne and TJ Hockenson were carving them up in the slot areas. Even Jefferson lined up in those areas. They cut off the flats to make that happen and used safeties to defend Dalvin Cook. Giants, both meetings, did a great job at stopping Dalvin Cook. He was 60 yards in this game and inefficient, and they contained him in the receiving end, too. He had 6 catches for 10 yards. The screen tackling for the Giants, which I thought was an issue in the middle of the season, was so good, too, because they didn't have to blitz as often. Wink Martindale, that was a hell of a coaching job, and that secondary, a lot of rookies in that secondary, playing very well.
The Giants were one of the top 3rd down teams throughout the season, too. That speaks high volume in what Wink Martindale likes to do, especially putting pressure on teams and making the quarterback make plays, and they can't, because when you're blitz happy, you're bringing 7 guys, it works. And Wink Martindale has shown everybody why he eventually will have a coaching job in the NFL. Yeah. If not this year, it will be next year, especially the hype of season the Giants had defensively with really nothing.